Hey guys, me Dave. I'm wearing the same thing I did yesterday. So, um, sometimes you just feel like wearing the same thing twice, 2 days in a row. Who cares, right? Anyway, so it's 7/17/2021. So, there's not a whole lot going on. I just started having a drink. I'm on my first drink, and it's about 8 o'clock. And I'm cooking chicken for the dogs and all that stuff to go with their dog food and stuff. And so I just started doing a little video. It hasn't been that bad of a day, really. I was just talking to my family member and stuff off and on today, and I was just hanging around the house. It was so hot. It's so hot. It's so hot up here. Well, it was 82. Tomorrow's supposed to be 87, and it's supposed to be like 90 on Monday. It's really hot up here. So, and it's like a muggy hot, like a humid hot. So, you really don't feel like doing anything. You're kind of sitting in air conditioning. You know, if you got an AC, for your house. We got the AC running, so sitting in AC, trying to stay cool, and stuff. So anyway, I just want to tell you this really quick. It'll probably be a short video, but so I wrote to Biden last night. I know a lot of people say it doesn't do any good, and they know what's happening and all this stuff, but I don't know. We still have to try. I mean, people have to try. We can't give up and just say they already know about this and all this stuff. Yeah, we know, but the more complaints they come in, they're gonna have a problem if they have thousands of us write to Biden or our senator or whatever. They're gonna have a problem. They're gonna go, this, it's out of control. There's so many people complaining about this. We have to do something. But we have perps. I went to the call tonight for listening for a few minutes, and this girl's on there like, we got to contact people, we got to write to people, our Congress and all these people, and people are arguing with her. They're like, well, they already know this, we don't need to do that. They're not real TIs, you guys. When you're a real TI, you do anything and everything to try to stop this. Whether it works or not, you try to do everything. When you're a real TI and you want this to stop, you write to people, you contact people, you get desperate. I mean, I've contacted the governor before, and I talked to his secretary and told her what was going on. She's like, did you contact anybody else? I said, I contacted the DOJ, I contacted everyone, and nobody will listen to me. And that was when I was getting tortured really hard. You do desperate things. Real TIs, they do their research, and they do desperate things because they want this to stop. These other people are not real. They're like, oh, they already know this. Oh, who cares? I'll just sit here and be tortured, because they're not being tortured. They're not being tortured. Like us real TIs are being hurt, and our families are being turned against us, and we're being gang stalked, and all our neighbors are being against us, and we go outside, take the dog for a walk, and you have 10 neighbors out there making noise and all this stuff. That's a real TI. These others aren't real, you guys. The people who talk on those calls are not real. The people who don't talk on those calls are probably real. But they have their perps controlling the conversation. And when somebody hops on there and they're saying, we need to contact people, we need to write to this, we need to write to people. And people argue, well, they already know that, they already know this and that. Well, still try. It takes 2 seconds to write to somebody a paragraph, So, a lot of fakes out there, Anyway, so that's what's going on with me. I wrote to Biden. I talked about myself. I talked about you guys. I talked about how many of it there are of us, possibly. We're being tortured in our homes. They're hurting our pets. They gave me a heart attack. I said that in there with these weapons. I didn't get a response back yet, as of yet. But, I did write to him, and say, whatever, but we got to get complaints coming in there, and then they're going to have a problem when people complain about this. It's it's so difficult to tell what's going on in this program because if we all ran to the hospital and they diagnosed thousands of us with mental illness because we're all complaining about the same thing, they would have a problem with that. They would have a problem. So, I don't know. It's so confused. This program is so confusing. It's made to be confusing. It's made to be confusing. You don't know what to do, but we need to contact people. I contacted Amy Klobuchar last night. I wrote to Biden. I did write to Bernie Sanders about something, not this program, but I'll tell you something. He had a list of categories, and he had a category for human experimentation. So I thought maybe I should write to him about this. Tell him people are being tortured and hurt, just like the diplomats and everything. I mentioned the diplomats and the CIA agent and all that stuff being hurt. I said we're being hurt like them guys. We're being hit with these pulse frequency weapons. And stuff. And so I don't just talk about myself. I talk about you guys too when I write to people. There's thousands of us complaining about the same thing. We don't even know each other, and we're complaining about the same thing. So anyway, I just thought I'd do a short little video. I'm just having a couple drinks tonight and cooking for the dogs and all this stuff. And it's hot out up here. It's down to 73 now, which is cooling off, which is good. But anyway, I'm going to cut this off. You guys have a good weekend. Have a good night. Have a beer. Drink some wine. Do something to relax. And try to enjoy yourself. And I'll talk to you guys later.